Christmas. He just the caution tape. My kid asked for caution tape, so he's been putting it up everywhere. Hi, how are you? As you can see, last week it snowed on Sunday and it was absolutely glorious. And if you know me, you know that I force Christmas early, and having it snow in early November was really, it pushed it over the edge. So I haven't gotten all of the decorations out yet, but it will be happening. The Christmas music has been playing, and I believe that I need to be putting some Christmas movies on. The TV is right there. But, I think that needs to happen, and it's just I've had the Christmas spirit. It's very exciting. Christmas tree cakes have been consumed. It's funny because I was going to get out my tree today and film myself putting it up and go through kind of an ornament collection. And if that is something that's exciting to you, please let me know. I might do something similar, put it on Instagram. But again, I waited till the last minute to do this, mostly because we've been sick for I swear I've been sick for a month. And so I'm filming this little chat the day that I will be putting it live. And I was like, oh, I could do a Christmas tree tour, but then I was like, I have to get the trees out, I have to get all the ornaments out, I have to clean up in the living room, there's all these extra steps to it. And I was like, if I do this, it's gonna take forever. And then I was like, well, what do people really wanna see? And I was looking through my analytics, and it looks like the thrift hauls are what I get the most views on. Now, to be fair, it is teeny views. The people that are here, I love you. You are my people. But I was like, oh, well, maybe I can run to the thrift store really quick and get something. I'm like, girl, settle down. So I was spinning my wheels and trying to figure out what to do. And I was like, maybe I could just yap and talk about life for a little while. And I'm like, that's boring. So what I decided is we are gonna make an ornament together, and I'm gonna chat while I make the ornament. And that's what's gonna happen. So let me show you the supplies that we have for the ornament. Here's one of the boxes. We're not gonna use everything in here. It's mainly the sequins that are the exciting thing. But in my last podcast episode, very beginning of November, second week of November, it doesn't matter. I talked about snack and art, and it was all Christmas activities. Everyone has a bucket full of rickrack, right? It's a normal thing for people to have. But it was all Christmas crafts. So I had different ideas for, ornaments, decorations, stuff like that. And one of the things that I love to make every year, ooh, go away, I don't need you right now, hot glue gun. Here's my first one that I did, are push pin ornaments. So I put up a link to someone on TikTok she has a great tutorial on how to do this. So I'm not here to this isn't a step-by-step teach you how to make one of these, but we will go through and make one of these. So this is the one that I did. I did something a little different. So you can see, well, she's a little crooked. We're not here to be perfect, okay? All of these are crooked. You know what? There, that one looks good. Okay, so this one is, if you can see, I did a sequin, and then there's a bead, and then there's 2 sequins, the tulip effect, a little pop right down the middle, pop, and then a bead, and then another sequin, and then it's the dress pin on top. So same thing here, it's sequins, beads, and more sequins. So we are gonna make an ornament for somebody together, and it'll be fun. I usually would just stack sequins, which is fine. which I love, which I will probably be doing. But I really like, I got so many beads because I was making so many earrings this year, the pair I made. And I was like, might as well put the beads on here too. So I'm gonna run upstairs, get some more beads, get the sequin situation, and then we are going to pick out a base ornament, some ribbon, and get to it. These are the ornament bases that I have. So I've got pink, and they still have these online, as I mentioned in the podcast. I have teal, which I might be going for teal today. I have hot pink, which is fun. So yeah, I'm either gonna go for like a pink and red or a very traditional like teal and red combo. So we'll see. Okay, these are some ribbons that I'm thinking about. I got these a long time ago at Target. Ooh. And then some of these are from online and Michael's and Joann's. I don't know. I really want to use this gold for sure. I love layering the ribbons, so we're definitely gonna use that. And I think it just depends on whether or not I want to do pink or teal. I think I might try and do a traditional teal and red because I have a lot of red pins left and gold. So let's try and make something super tacky. All right, so we'll do this and then we'll do red. So first thing I do is take this off. You can hot glue it back on later. No problem. And then off camera, I have a bunch of these little dress pins. These are not fantastic. I got these on Amazon forever ago in a giant pack that I'm just working through. And the lady in the video I mentioned on my podcast had some vintage ones that she recommended that I think would be better. So yeah, I don't know, I was looking through, I couldn't think of what to make. I was like, am I putting out too much stuff? Starting to second guess myself. And then I'm like, you know what, girl, we're just gonna see it through. You said you would do November with this kind of new schedule. So I'm gonna go through November with this new schedule and I will see how I feel at the end of the month, because I think it was my illness, you know, that was really talking, because I've had a few months where I was feeling really good. This summer I had like one sinus infection and that was it. And that was very exciting to me to just have the one. And when you are a chronic illness girly, our baselines are different. And when you don't have symptoms, it's like really exciting. So I think I was just really bummed that I've been feeling bad because my immune system is dramatic. She likes to act out when she feels put upon. So try not to let it get to my head. Now, the thing about the tutorial I found, she was like measuring her ribbons and like the distance between everything to make sure everything was super even. And I absolutely cheer you on to do that. Please do that. I am a chronic eyeballer, so we're just gonna do what we're gonna do. And it's okay if it's a little bit wonky. Okay, first layer of ribbons. Now I'm hoping I can find some really big, so like, I've got these giant things, but I've got these like quadrifoils here that I think might be kind of cool. And if it's like a silver, I think it needs to be the red. But I want to leave some space here, so let's do, I usually have a thing of washi tape to set this in, but we'll put it in here for now. All right. Ooh. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Okay, now this metallic stuff is a little wonky. But yeah, I just want to encourage you, if you have a creative career, like it's okay to kind of second guess yourself. It's also okay to, oh Lord, it's also okay to quit if there is something, like if something is really not working, like it's totally fine for you to be like, never mind, this stinks, never doing this again. And then going from there, because I don't know. But I also want to encourage you to stick it through if you can. If you've made a commitment to yourself to just to try something for a specific period of time, I want you to see that through. I want you to keep yourself honest, and I want you to give it the good old college try. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing this month. That's like when I started the podcast, I was like, I'm going to do this for 6 months straight and give myself really time to figure out if I like it and if I don't. And I did it for 6 months straight, and it changed during that time. And I was doing things that I didn't really even think I would be doing. And I'm really glad that I gave myself that time and I committed to it. And I know 1 month of this kind of new schedule is not really enough time to figure out if I really want to be doing things this way. But, you know, I needed baby steps because I was just feeling bad. And sometimes you just have to work with your body, because sometimes your body's like, girl, slow it down. What are you doing? So commit to yourself when you can. Give yourself grace when you can. And make some tacky ornaments along the way. Look at her go. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this already. I think I'm gonna give this one to a friend. Sometimes making something with someone in mind is so much more fun than just going with the flow. Okay, so there's those. All right, so now it's time to start stacking. Now I have to choose between these and these. I love finding weirdo decorative pens. These are ones I found on Amazon too. Again, I've had these for a long time. I try not to shop on Amazon anymore. And honestly, if I can find them like thrifted or vintage, that's ideal. So I think I'm gonna go with this one for the middle bit, just because she's a little bit bigger. And then I can use this one for, or this one. Maybe I can use these two for the pens. Because I also have this like yellow gold. Does that match that enough? I think it does. Maybe I'll do these two. Wah! I knew I was gonna stick myself. Okay, so I'm gonna try these. Okay, first one is here. So let's build our first little things. So you can start small. And I like these because they kind of come up around. And then you get a bigger sequin. So I have this guy. And then you can do that. And then you can do something even bigger. See, I think you could do that. And then, ooh, oh, hold on. Maybe do like one of these. So that pokes out just a smidgen more. Then do this one. Lord, I talked to my nail tech about like, I think I'm gonna have to go short again next year because it's hard for me to craft. Okay, so there's that. And then you can look for even more like big, tacky, ridiculous things. And ideally it would have like a contrasting color. But I don't know that I have anything that works for that. I mean, this one's humongous. Doo-doo. So ideally I would have something in between this. And you can see the difference if we add, like I'll take these same ones and then add some beads in between. So, and then it's like a totally different look, you know? Now she's got a little bit more of a presence. It's sticking out from the ornament like that. So I will decide what I'm gonna do and then I will come back. Okay, so first of all, do you like how I have to close these things with giant things of tape because they do not stay shut? It's a problem. Okay, so I put this together. This took me a few tries to figure out what I liked. So we are going to commit to this. So I am going to eyeball the middle here. And she's just gonna go right here. So if you have a styrofoam ball that isn't as dense, sometimes this will float around. So you can kind of lift it off and do a little bit of either, you know, E6000, hot glue is fine, but I like to line it up. Boop, and there she is. Okay, so I'm gonna do that all the way around. I don't mind if they're a little bit off, to be honest, because I'd rather eyeball it, because if I start measuring on these, it'll turn into an exercise in perfection, and I'm not here for that. So I'm gonna just poke that in. See, she's not, ugh, she's a little, okay, hold on. Let's get you, oh, that's better, okay. Straight in, yeah, it's not bad. So there's the one side, this is where we started. And now I like to do a little bit of garnish on either side. So I have this, and I didn't put any beads on it. It's just is what it is. But again, eyeball it. Sorry if the neighbors are loud. It's leaf blowing season. Okay. Boop. And there's one side done. Oh, I love that. Okay, work all the way around. Now when I'm doing it and I find a kind of pattern of sequins that I like, I'll make all of them at once. So I'll just have them ready. Sometimes I have them sticking in another kind of scrap styrofoam ball. And sometimes I just put them off to the side. It's whatever's easiest. If I'm not trying to make a giant mess, then I'll do the styrofoam ball, but apparently I was into making a giant mess today, so. There. And then we can leave it. Now, I made a couple of these because I wasn't sure if I needed something even more, just like a little bit of extra oomph. Because sometimes I'll fill in here, and like in this one, these weren't as big as these little guys. So I filled in the space and I did kind of pink around here and a little more teal going that way. But, oh no, I'm stuck to a sequence thing. Ooh, okay. But since these are so big, I don't want to take away. And I was about to say it's minimal. It's simple. It's simple and tacky and I love it. Okay. So I need to find this. And then we just shove this back in and call it a day. So I probably will hot glue this later, but there's our little ornament. And I love it. And since I have everything out, I'm gonna see about doing another one really quick. Okay, so it turns out I was gonna do this one and do a thing where it was like, where's it good? Oh, maybe I can do it with these. Let me see. I have this idea. This is what it's like crafting with me because I will not finish a thought. I will get immediately distracted and will not finish what I'm trying to say. Okay, let me try these little guys. Oh, the struggle with the nails is so real. Okay. So, ooh. Okay, so the thought is I take one of these, get the cat hair off of it, and I have these beads that have kind of like a little twisty in them. Can you see that? And then do this. And then have it be, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. She is so cute. Look at her. Okay, so the thought was this would be enough to like just do that and then have it all sticking out from there. Oh my gosh. I kind of love that. I don't think I have enough pins for that though. But these I could probably get at Joann's because these are just little dinky dress pins that I've had forever. Yeah, 1.5 inch dressmaker pins. You can tell I've had these forever. So let me see if I'm going crazy. Because it might be that this just needs to be like an accent because I might not have enough to fill the whole thing, but she's so cute. Okay, see now I don't know how far apart to put them so they sit right. Oh, some of these are different sizes. But anyway, let me make a couple more and just see what they look like just around here because I'm starting to get really excited about this. Maybe I should do like a crafting ASMR channel where I just do all these teeny little things. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but she is really promising, but I do not have the time to fill this whole thing. But please, please give me the encouragement to keep going with this. I only have this many of these beads because most of my beads I get from secondhand and reuse stores, so it's not like I can have a ton of them. Now I do have a bunch of these, so that might be kind of cool to put like 3 of them and then have some kind of little starburst on the end with the pin. But these look like little flowers and I love it so much. And yeah, I only have like a handful of these. So I might need to rethink and or try and find more supplies. Ooh, I also have a whole bunch of these too. So these are like kind of flat beads. Lord almighty. These are kind of flat, but iridescent. Oh no. Here's the thing. I need to quit while I'm ahead. Hi, this is my little, I have one of those tripod things. Used it for work, now I use it for crafts. my gosh, I completely forgot about my rickrack. Anyway, we have the beginnings of a beautiful little daisy something. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm really excited about what this looks like, and I want it to work so bad. And this is our little Christmas friend that we made. Look how cute. It did not take long, did it? Like, the most tedious part is just getting, like, picking out the sequins and like getting all of those together. And then it's just tossing them in there. And you can use like a regular styrofoam ball. Go watch that video that I referenced in the podcast, because she shows you exactly what to get, because she talks about getting very dense styrofoam balls, because if you get the ones that are really porous, you know, the kinds that you can just like imprint with your thumb really easily, those are not going to hold the pins as well. But if you get something like this, if you get something like this, I have these linked in that in the podcast show notes as well. So you can find those, at least the pink ones. They don't have the teal ones anymore, but yeah, go check that out. Make your own. I hope you are feeling the Christmas spirit. If there are videos that you really like to see from me, let me know. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna like lean into thrifting, and if I can get my stuff together, crafting, because those are things that I love. Thrifting, crafting, books, cats. That's basically my life. So maybe we can make a pair of earrings soon, because these are really easy. These are like super simple, super fast. And I don't know that I've made them. I think I did a reel with those, but not a proper video. So we'll see. I'm rambling now. I love you so very much. Thank you for watching. And if you make any baubles, let me know, because I'll show you my other collections, the other ones that I've made, when I get all of the ornaments out, and you'll see my tree and everything. But, okay. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Substack and all those places. I wish you a slow week. I wish you spaciousness in your life. I wish you calm and clarity, and just a big deep breath for the season, because I know it's getting crazy and I know it's really hard, but we can take time for ourselves. We can slow it down. We can do a little crafting. We can save a little money for the holidays. We can do handmade gifts. We can thrift, and we can have a wonderful season together. So I will talk to you later. I have to stop rambling at the end of these. I love you. Goodbye.